Hello, this is Joanna from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading. Hello, hello, hello. So, Leo, in today's reading, I'm going to give you 3 cards from the Denise Lynn Oracle cards. Do your reading and then clarify it. Don't forget to look at your moon, sun, and rising sign for a better picture of your reading. Also, if you are wanting to join me on my live, look at the community link. There'll be more info there. So, let's get started on your reading. Leo, see what's going on. 2 cards for Leo. For their highest good. Oh, okay. This one wanted to come out, so I'll take this one. Thank you, Spirit. One more. Nice. Okay. So, Leo, see what's going on in your reading. Okay, so it says crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. So I feel like right now you're like in between. Trying to deal with a lot of stuff going on that's in your life. But I feel like also too that you are going through a huge healing right now. And I feel like you are definitely needing the time to really just like heal, go within and clear your energy, so that you can feel better. And I do feel like you will be feeling better because you're going through a huge healing, releasing a lot, a lot of stuff that just wasn't for you, feelings, it's like you're recharging. Wow, it's nice. You also have view from the picture, view from above, get the big picture. I feel like you need to really look at things differently. You see this person up here, she's looking out there, and it's like you need to see it from a different way. Be objective, see things differently. Wow, nice. And then you have embracing enthusiasm. Wow, shout to the heavens with happiness. Yes, definitely. Be happy, you guys. Be happy, be content, have gratitude for everything and anything that's going in your life, whether it's bad or good. I know it's hard to like be happy when it's so difficult, but find the good in everything. Okay, be happy is what they're saying. Very nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so Leo, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Leo, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. All right, so here we go. This is for Leo, Spirit, for their highest good. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One for the, oh, okay, thank you. You have the 7 of Swords. You started off with the 7 of Swords. Maybe you feel like you've been misled or betrayed about something. Could also be dealing with an Aquarius, or Aquarius could be around you, you could be picking up the energy. Definitely some things here, some kind of maybe being misled or lied to or something like that. Okay, we'll see what the cards say. One for the situation. Oh, you have the 10 of Wands. Really feeling overwhelmed with a lot, carrying a lot on your shoulders and your mind, thinking about a lot of stuff. See why it's here. One for the past or now. You do have the Emperor. They're asking you to step back into your power, to be the leader that you are, that you're very intelligent, you're very wise, you do know how to do things. So no matter what, you're finding your courage and your confidence. So Leo, I do feel like that is now. That you're ready for anything and you can handle anything. One for what's hidden. The Hermit card. I do feel like you need to go within at times. Feel like you need to really clear because, like I said, you are definitely in between worlds almost. Like, I feel like you really need to clear your mind to find that inner peace, to find that peace within. And the Hermit is very knowledgeable. He's very knowledgeable. He's very smart. He goes and he's done everything that he needs to do. So he moves forward, or he goes within to find the answers that he's looking for. One for the hopes and fears. Wow. You have the Full card. You're wanting a new start, new cycle to come in, and I do feel like it is here. So something new is coming. One for what you need to work on, what you need to do now. Okay. Wow. So something here that you're not seeing. It could have to do with this card here with the 7 of Swords. Maybe you're not really wanting to see something or deal with something. And maybe you feel like you're stuck. You know, like you can't get anywhere. You can't do anything anywhere until this happens or that happens. And I feel like you're feeling like that. You have the what you need to work on justice card. Wow. So everybody's been getting the justice card. I feel like you could be like you needing to see the truth about something, or there's something in your life that you need to address. Okay, we'll see. Or you could be dealing with some kind of divorce or just like some kind of legal thing. One for the outcome. You have the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles for the outcome is saying that there is a decision here. But I also feel like you really need to take it easy. You know, you've been trying to balance everything, your home, your work, you know. And I feel like you're having a hard time with it. But we'll see what the cards say, okay, what the cards behind it. Because it could be that you're trying to balance everything. Could be a decision here that you need to do. Um, I feel like you need to really choose your priorities though, like on what it is that's more important to take care of instead of trying to do everything all at once. Okay, because I think you're multitasking. You're like doing a lot. Wow, you're juggling everything. And at the end of the tarot deck, you did get the Five of Cups. I do feel like with the Five of Cups that there are times that you are very disappointed in things. You know, you could have been disappointed or just like felt like nothing's going your way, you know. And I feel like you need to leave that behind. I feel like you need to create something that's going to make you happy, because you also have the Page of Pentacles at the end. Page of Pentacles is talking about learning something new, wanting to do new things, putting your hands into a project, you know, trying to pursue the passions that you have, learning something new. I feel like you're going to have a lot of ideas. I feel like there's messages coming in also. I feel like you're growing, like you're just like realizing so much now. And then you have the Tower card, and the Tower card is definitely is saying that there's changes here coming through. And then you also are definitely healing. Okay, I do feel like it's a for sure thing. You're going through a big healing here. Wow. All right, so let's see what's going on with the other cards. Take what resonates with you. Don't forget to look at your moon, sun, and rising sign for a better picture. Okay. Thank you. All right, Spirit, here we go. Why is the Seven of Swords here? All right, so I do feel with the Seven of Swords here that I feel like, you know, there has been times that you do feel like you were misled about something. Something's going on. But whatever the case, this is a card of like some kind of betrayal, some kind of deceit, you know. So I feel like you need to really be careful, okay? Really see the truth in situations, really see the truth in things. People, things, situations, really see it, okay? Because you don't know what's ahead. You know, you may be feeling like you've been misled or betrayed about something. And they're asking you to really speak your truth, to stand up for yourself, you know. Don't let whatever this dishonesty that is around you or you're seeing or you're feeling get you down, okay? Really stand up for yourself, really speak your truth about things, okay? Because I feel like you could see very clearly now, and I feel like you're seeing clearly that you know who's playing you and who's not. Wow. And I also feel with the Ten of Pentacles here that that you're wanting security, you're wanting that stability here, and I feel like there is some kind of material success. But I feel like also too for somebody out there that you really need to be careful with your finances. Okay, really watch your finances on something. Okay, that was a message for somebody. But I do feel like there is some kind of abundance coming in for y'all also. You have the Ten of Wands here, and why is the Ten of Wands here? One more card. Wow, you got a Tower. You had the Tower at the end of the tarot deck also. Ah, look at that. Okay. So with the Ten of Wands here, I do feel like you're very overwhelmed with things. I feel like you could be on a new path, but I do definitely feel like you need to start setting some kind of boundaries, because I feel like you're very overwhelmed with everything that's going on in your life. Continuously, feeling this way and feeling that way. And, it's like you're being pulled in different directions. And I feel like you really need to start setting boundaries and setting deadlines and saying and setting limits on, when enough is enough, okay? Because you are carrying a lot. You feel very burdened with a lot of things that are going on in your life, Leo. And I feel like you want things to change, and they will, because you have the Tower card here. The Tower card is definitely saying that there's changes coming through, that no matter what, things, you have to change this. This right here is something that you need to work on and change, because the only way it will change is if you do it. You set boundaries, you set limits, like, hey, you know what, I'm only working till 5 and that's it, I'm gonna go home, okay? I'm only doing a certain amount of time because I also need to take care of myself, stuff like that. Set boundaries, set limits. Things have to change, and there's definitely a lot of change coming in for you. You have the Emperor here. The Emperor is definitely talking about being the leader, taking it, being the leader of things, taking your power back, making decisions, being disciplined with yourself, saying, you know what, I'm definitely not going to work till 8 o'clock at night, when my shift clearly ends at 4 or 5, really, really set your standards, okay? Because you need to. I feel like you are definitely doing your own thing, and I feel like you're feeling more confident. You need to start feeling more confident about yourself and knowing that you are capable and able to do that. Okay. Wow. That's crazy. Remember that you're ready for anything and you can handle anything. But the thing is, it's up to you to start putting these things in order. Okay. That's crazy. You have the Emperor again here for the pastor now. Like I said, really be the leader instead of the follower. Okay. Really stand your ground about things because you need to. And I do believe that is now because you just have it right here. You have the Hermit here for the what's hidden. Why is the Hermit here? Definitely deciding on a lot of things here. You do have the Hermit card here, and the Hermit is definitely talking about, going within, following your own path, being an inspiration to others, also being on a spiritual journey yourself. But I feel like you need to reflect, and I feel like you need to really open up your inner guidance, like your intuition. But like if you would find that and do that, you would be able to make the decisions that you're making. Because I do feel with the Seven of Cups that you are definitely going to make some kind of decision here. But they're asking you to be realistic with everything that's going on, you know. Really be real about everything, that what can you do? What can you afford? What can you got to really be objective, really look at everything before you jump into anything, okay? Because this is a card of wanting so much but being real. You need to be real, okay? And that's why they're asking you to go within there. You do have the Hangman here. The Hangman is definitely talking about being patient, really seeing things differently. And you did get this card here, view from above, like really look at things differently. And that's what they're asking you. Look at everything differently. Be realistic be honest with yourself. Be real about what it is that you can and can't do. Okay. Because that's something here for somebody. Okay. Have patience for everything also, because you could be waiting on something to come in. You have the Fool card down here for the, the Fool card here for the hopes and the fears. Swimmer card. Definitely juggling a lot right now. Okay. Also, with the hopes and fears, you did get the Fool card. All right, Leo. So you did get the Fool card for the hopes and fears here. But you also got the Two of Pentacles and the Page of Swords here. So with the Fool card, I do feel like you want this fresh start, this new things, and it is going to come in. This new path is definitely you're going to be on it very soon. So just know that. With the Two of Pentacles and the Page of Swords, I do feel like you really have to embrace a lot of change that's going to come in, because I do feel like new experiences are coming in because you do have this Fool card here. Okay, so a lot of new things coming in, new experiences coming in. But remember to be open for all new things, like all opportunities, and try to find balance to try to achieve your goals. Because I feel like you're really overdoing a lot, trying to do this, trying to do that. And there's a minimum where you need to start taking it easy. Okay. There's definitely a decision here you're making, because you also have the Page of Swords. Try not to just jump into anything, but be flexible and try to keep everything balanced, and try to, be open for new experiences to come in, because that's exactly what's going to come in. New things. That's very nice. I love that. Very nice. Um, and then you have the Eight of Swords here for the what you need to work on, and the Eight of Swords. And I feel like there are times that you do feel stuck. I feel like there's something here that you may not want to be dealing with, but let's see what the cards say. Why is the Eight of Swords here for Leo? One more card. Wow. All right. Okay. So with the Eight of Swords here, you went from the Eight of Swords to the Nine of Swords. And if you look at them both, this picture, she clearly doesn't want to, she feels stuck. She feels like, yeah, I just can't move forward. There's just something here that's keeping me. I'm in my mind a lot. I'm constantly thinking and thinking about this and thinking about that, trying to figure out, how am I going to do it? How am I going to be able to do this that I want? Why do I worry so much? And this is exactly what you're doing. Like, you're in your mind a lot, and you can clearly see this. Sometimes, like I said, you feel like you're stuck. Sometimes you feel like you don't know how things are going to work out. And with the King of Wands here, which is the other card, the King of Wands is asking you to, just move forward. Start putting things start putting things in order, taking care of things, doing what you have to do, even if it seems scary, even if it seems like, gosh, here we go again, try to deal with everything that's going on. Because I feel like once you start doing that, you're going to move forward. Because there's new experiences coming in, go with the flow, let things come in, be flexible. Okay. And because you're very strong-willed and you know how to handle all things. You're not a follower, you are a leader, and you find your courage and your confidence. And this is what they're saying, pursue your passions, pursue with what you want to do. Don't feel stuck. Don't try to worry about it. Just go with it. Like, go with the flow. Let things happen. Let the change come in, because that's exactly what they want you to do. You have the Justice card here. And why is the Justice card here for what you need to work on? Wow. Thank you, Spirit. So, you start off with the Justice card. I feel like, you definitely could have been dealing with something legally, but there is definitely something here that you do needed to address. Maybe there was a truth that you needed to hear, or you needed to speak about. And there's just something here that you needed to do. But I do feel like something is coming to an end also, because you do have the Ten of Swords here. The Ten of Swords is like, it's done, it's over with. Maybe this truth led you to this, that it was enough was enough already. So it had to just like take its course and end. Whether it was a grief, whether it was a career move or a career change, or just like a lot of changes in your life, something came to an end. It was no longer available for you. Things were no longer the same anymore, because you had to see some kind of truth here. You had to see some kind of something that you didn't want to, but it's still, you had to, because it had to end. Okay. But remember, I always say, when you receive the Ten of Swords, it's not only just ending, but this is ending so that new things can come in and push new experiences into your life. You may not think of it as a blessing, but it really is going to push you into something new. So just know that. And remember that, you've done everything that you could. You've done the best that you could, and there's only so much that you could have done. Okay. And now it's time to rest. And now it's time to take it easy. Now it's time to gather up your energy for the next experience to come in, and really, because you've been doing a lot, Leo, and you really got to start taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself. I feel like you're very divinely guided because if you look at this card, there's a little angel there watching over you. You're very divinely guided, but you also need to start taking care of yourself and clearing your energy and just keep going no matter what. Even if the ending was painful, you're moving forward, okay? Finding your courage. You have the Two of Pentacles again for the outcome. Wow. Wow. Okay. So like I said, with the Two of Pentacles here, sorry, my chair's making noises. So with the Two of Pentacles, I do feel like, you know, you need to choose your priorities on what is important to you in your life. I do feel like you're very overworked or very you're doing a lot, trying to juggle this, trying to juggle that, and it's very difficult. It's hard sometimes. And I feel like, you know, you just need to take it easy. Okay. Find your priorities, know what's important and what's not important. Okay. And that's what they're saying. You've changed a lot. You're going to change a lot. If you haven't, you will. You're not doing things the same way you used to. You're not doing things the old way, the old patterns. You're moving forward because you're going through a judgment, which is an awakening, which is doing things differently now. And you are, because you're not the same anymore. Um, you could be learning something new. There's new experiences coming in. There's financial opportunities here for you. There's messages coming in also, so be ready because there's a lot of good things coming in. You know, you may not think so, but definitely a lot of happiness and good things coming in. So I like this a lot. So Leo, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. God bless.